Hey, hey, let's go ahead and do some tea leaf cards and see what Spirit has to say, okay? What is the main topic that Spirit wants to talk about? Success. Now, everybody's idea of success is different. Some people's idea of success is how much money they have in their bank account. Other people's idea of success is, graduating from college because no one in their family has. Other people's amount of success could be how many family members are sitting around the dinner table at night. Somebody wants to be a corporate CEO of their own company or whatever, you know what I mean? Or the owner of a company. Like, everybody's idea of success is going to be different. So keep that in mind. What else do we have? What month? What month can we see this success? What month can we see the success? Okay, the months of February and July, but I'm getting both of these months have already passed. So are the months of February and July somewhat significant for you? Okay, because it's almost like February was like blowing you through the wings of change, if that makes sense, when it comes to your success. Or maybe it was like you learning something about what success really is to you, or maybe your idea of what it was. Somebody could have whispered something in your ear. You could have heard something. You could have gotten a download from Spirit, but I feel like maybe the month of July could be also significant for you. So let's see what's going on here. Months February or July, or your birthdays could be in the months of February or July. So this might be an extra message for you. So we got the Hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. Then we have Flute, disappointment in a friend or a lover. Okay. I almost get like maybe somebody like reached out to someone and like that person didn't help them out. We have Haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. Tree, affairs with your family. So again, this could have something to do with the months of February and July. When it comes to the success of the family, maybe somebody in the family needed help, and realized that, nobody's reaching back. I don't see anybody else helping. Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Somebody that knows your family. Shield, you need to defend yourself. Somebody could be defending you. Somebody else could be defending you. Somebody's getting karma for the way that they treated you. It's almost like you're getting success in something that happened in the month of February or July. Something happened in those months, and it was something to do with your family, and you're being protected right now. And I think that someone is protecting you when it comes to your family. We got Kangaroo here. Unsettled times, need to plan ahead. That sits right underneath your family. There could be some unsettling times in your family, but I feel like you'll be able to successfully overcome whatever is happening. Yeah, we've got Lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. Someone here needed to control their anger. And the Sun is happiness and well-being. Someone here is more focused on their happiness and well-being than any of this other stuff. We've got Clouds, temporary problems. Yeah, this shit isn't going to last very long. I feel like I think you're going to be able to successfully overcome it because, you literally have the Sun here. The Sun is the outgoing card and the overall energy is success. And then you also have the Sunrise here too. And then you also have the Sun right here in the haystack. So, I feel like there's an illumination, because the Moon hides things, right? Which means when the Sun is out, it shows everything that was hidden in the dark. So I do feel like be careful. It's almost like somebody wants you to get mad. Like they're waiting to zap you, like with their words, or Or I feel like somebody's going to bring clarity, like a lightning bolt of information to someone. Like, okay, if you have somebody who's defending you in the background, it's almost like they're going to say something to this person, to this family member that is, I feel like this family member wants to reach out, but somebody's going to say something to them like, you should. Or, maybe did you see it like this? Did you see the situation like this? And it's almost like it gives them this lightning, aha moment. Like, oh shit, crown. Honor and respect will come to you. And I feel like, you'll be able to straighten your crown after this. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. I feel like this person was delusional. It's almost like maybe, they had an idea of the situation, but it really was through the lens of pain and not through the lens of like reality. It could be like, other people like blowing smoke, up your ass, telling you things that, to try and ruin someone else's success, or you having a successful relationship between one another. We got the owl. Yes, good advice from a wise person. I've said that. I felt that. Where somebody comes in and says something to you, gives you some form of advice. It could be a younger woman or dealings, or you could be the younger woman. And, you're looking at life like, I don't want to, they're a bad person. And somebody comes in and says, actually, no, you're looking at it from the wrong perspective. Like, did you look at it like this? And once they do that, it like shines the light on it with the sun here 3 times. Oh, we even have the sun here. It could be the moon, but I am seeing sun, sun's, over the cloud. The clouds are hiding the sun. And it is like daylight, right? So again, that's 4 suns, but that one's a little dimmer, but then it shines bright. So somebody here, yeah, like shining a light on something for this younger woman, and it, sometimes they need advice, because they could be looking at something like, look at their face, like, no, I can't like that because, like, oh my God. Or maybe that's your inner teenage brat. We all have an inner child, and we all have an inner teenage brat. And, some of you guys could be letting that flag fly, so keep that in mind. But we have box, you'll receive a gift. Oh my God. And we have the beetle here. It says good fortune. So the box and the beetle. So it's a gift of good fortune. So there is good fortune in this situation. I feel like you're going to feel like it's a very fortunate. And I see success, and I see happiness and well-being. I see, if there's been any type of unsettled times when it comes to you and your family, I do feel like it's like you are able to straighten your crown again. You are able to, hold your head up high where your crown's not slipping off. You're a queen. You're an empress, And this could be a mother and a child. This could be I get a mother and a child. I really do, because I see the kangaroos here, and it's right underneath the affairs with your family. Sometimes daughters think that they know more than their mothers, and they're, yeah, look at this. Oh my God, look. I said you'd be able to straighten your crown, right? Look at that. We got throne, and it says position of authority. So yeah, you're going to be able to sit on the throne again. The matriarch, the patriarch of the family. And then we got V for victory and some endeavor. So again, victory, success. We've got happiness with the sun here, and well-being and joy. After a time of having to protect yourself, feeling like you always have to defend yourself, or maybe this is a daughter to a mother or a mother to a daughter. But, I am seeing that a lot in my personal readings. I have it all in my own personal life, and like, I get it, we're all trying to, maneuver this life, but it's like, man, sometimes we don't realize that, these certain people are a gift in our life. They are a gift. And I feel like you've worked really, really hard on yourself. You know, the table is about stability, right? But it says your hard work. It talks about your hard work, and you have, yes, it's going to be hard work ahead, especially if you're trying to heal a relationship with someone, you know, someone in your family. It's not always easy because it drudges up a lot of stuff that has been stuffed down. And some of it is real and some of it is a delusion. A delusion. It says right here, beware of self-delusion, you know? And it's like, listen, if somebody comes back into your life and you want success in this relationship, you better have an end game. You got to have an end game. You can't just come in and wing it. You have to come in with, what do you want? What's the reason why you want to go back into somebody's life? What would be the reason? Okay? Because if you don't have an outcome of what you'd like to see it, you know, transform into, then really it's just going to flounder again. So you got to have an outcome. Are you coming back in just for closure? You get to say your piece, but you don't have to listen to the other person's? Because I do see that here. You know, one person gets to do all the talking and blaming, and the other person can't even defend themselves. So it has to be like both sides. And if you want these things to work out, and you both want to feel powerful again in this relationship, and you want a successful outcome, then you got to hear each other out. And you have to take the lens of how you want to narrate the story, or the narrative that you want to protect, because sometimes that's all it's about, is this narrative that they want to protect. They saw things in one light, you see things in a completely different perspective, but it's hard to see each other's perspectives because there's so much negativity that has been clouding what's really going on. But that's what this is all about with the sun. The sun, we're talking about the sun, and I got the sun right over my head too. So what is that, 5 suns? You know, this could have something to do with your son. Maybe not. It's not your son. Maybe or your daughter. Maybe it's your son. You know, it's a general reading. So you have to be able to have an outcome, because then you're going to be able to build through it. But you're going to have to overcome a lot of obstacles, and it's going to be hard work. It's going to be hard work. We've got the rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. You know, and maybe somebody here was vicious. You know, somebody here was, I mean, took it to a whole nother level with that rooster, you know, and there's a lot of pain. Bull, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. And I feel like for a lot of you, you went into it, no holds bar. Okay. You know, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude, the bull. And maybe for some of you, you're just being really bullheaded. Maybe you have Taurus in your chart. You could be year of the rooster. Rooster. Oh my God. There it is. The moon. Changes in your life. Finally, we have the moon out. So we got 5 suns and a moon. And the moon is, again, about cycles, wrapping themselves up, completing. We've got the boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. And what else do we have here? We have the boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So if you want to be able to move forward and you want to be able to move like smooth sailing, then, you know, and you want this victory in this relationship, whether this is with a family member, a mother-daughter situation, I feel like someone here needs to stop being so freaking stubborn, because I do feel like this could be a very lucrative relationship between the two of you with that boat. And I feel like for some of you, it's the windfall and the inheritance is just having that relationship back. You know, like I said earlier, you know, success for some people is the amount of money that they get. Look at how people fight when somebody dies. Oh, you got more than me. I'm going to take you to court. Like their whole life is now just diminished into what you can get when your family member crosses over. Not the love that you shared for this person. My parents died. I didn't get anything. I didn't even get my own baby pictures back. I got nothing. But you know what? I sustained a lot with my parents, a lot of abuse, but I also got forgiveness and I learned the lesson, and I don't need anything to show for that. I have the scars to show for that. And with what I do now and how I walk my walk and talk my talk, and I've gone out of my way and I've worked on my healing, that's my level of success. And my level of success is like mending with my family and being able to tell my side of the story and feel heard. But you can't when everybody is like this. They want to, like, oh, what are you doing it for? Like, you have an ulterior motive. You know what I mean? Like, get out of that. That's ridiculous. Don't you want to live a happy life? Because I see that here. Again, you know, the clouds is about the mother. I'm sorry, the moon is about the mother. It's a mother archetype. The sun is the father archetype. And maybe for some of you, because the sun's out here so much, maybe the sun is blinding you. You know, I see parents, you know, get in between their kids and brainwash their children and all this shit, you know, and vice versa. But also, look at the person who's just not talking anymore. You know, it's the person who's like in the background, the moon. Maybe the mother's in the background. Because the mother needs to be hidden at this time. Because the father is like showing so much of his light. And the sun can also be our ego. The moon is the emotions. So what advice do you have? Actually, I'm going to pull a different deck. What advice do you have for the collective on this situation, Spirit? What advice do you have when it comes to this family situation? Yeah, message in a bottle. I said, I feel like somebody here wants to reach out. I think somebody else is going to come in, say something to this individual, and I do feel like you will receive a message. Now, it could be them calling you, you calling them, but are you going to pick up the call? Or are you going to bitch because they didn't call? So it's a catch-22. Like, seriously, think about that. You don't want them to call you, but you want them to call you. But then when they call you, you ignore them or you're abusive to them. But then if they don't call you, they don't care and they don't love you. Which is it? So when this message comes through, are you going to answer the call? Are you going to message back? Are you going to send that text message? Are you going to send that email? Are you going to call like real grown adults do and pick up the phone and call instead of hiding behind text messages? Talk to one another. Cell phones were the worst things that could ever happen to humanity. So much shit gets misconstrued and lied about. And it's like taken as the word of God when all you could have done was just picked up the phone. You can FaceTime each other now. So you can actually look into the eyes of the person that you're accusing or the person that you're hurt, and you can see their pain. You can see their emotion. But are you going to pick up the phone? And listen, if you say, oh, well, they need to call me. Are you the one that stopped answering? Are you the one who was abusive? Every time they call, you tell them what a monster they are, what a piece of shit they are, and don't ever call me again? Well, if that's the case, they're taking your you know, they're understanding your boundaries. So therefore, they're not doing anything because they don't want to overstep your boundary or what you call boundary. And for a lot of you, it's escapism. Listen, I take a lot of this to heart. Look at the bottom of the deck. Mending. Doesn't that look like telephone? Remember when we were little kids, for those of us Gen X, you know, we had that game of telephone. You know, talk to the person instead of all these other people who are putting their spin on something they don't know. I know for myself, I've been accused of some stupid shit that I would never do. But it was brainwashed into other people's, you know, psyches that I did this. And what it really boils down to is this is just the type of person that they want to see me as. And I can't change that. I don't want to change that. That just, like, all I can do is just be who I am. And that's the same thing for you. But make sure that if you are willing to mend this, because I do feel like someone here does want to mend things with you. But are you going to answer the call, or are you going to be this rooster? An arrogant, boastful person that you shouldn't cross. Well, they crossed you, or you crossed them, and all of a sudden it's like they're keep pecking at you. Or are you like the bull? All of a sudden you're just stubborn as shit. No, I'm not going to do it. They can do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Well, they're not going to do it because every time they stuck their hand in the cookie jar and they got their hand slapped, they know better. I always had a motto: if I stop answering, eventually you'll stop calling. You know? So answer the call. If it's something that you want, remember, you're asking the universe for this. You're asking for it, but you're also showing where you are in your healing process through this experience by not answering or answering, because no answer to this equation is the wrong answer. So it's entirely up to you. Again, that's where you have free will, and eventually this situation will come back around and it'll ask you to do something different than what you've already done, because obviously whatever it is that you're doing isn't working. So no winners or losers in this situation, you guys. So definitely keep that in mind and try to beware of your own self-delusion. I love you guys all so much. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel grow. Drop me a heart. Give me some love, you guys. Put me out in the algorithm. I love you all so much, and we will chat again soon. Take care.